Okay, welcome back to another video. Yes, I'm recording this on my phone, my camera's dead, and I don't know where all the charger bits are. So today I'm playing as Luke in LEGO Star Wars Complete Saga to talk about the levels I would like in the Skywalker saga, which won't be on this channel for God knows how many years after it comes out. If that, chances are it will never be on this channel. So the first thing is episode 1. These two levels. This level is perfectly fine. I had a problem with this level. It felt like filler. Too bad, like really bad filler. Suicide Squad level filler. And we all know how bad that was. I'm so glad I'm talking about a bad movie. Oh, I got my head kicked in. So, here's what I'm thinking. Have this level be roughly the same. And then have a bit of walking down, like in this bit. Until you come across Jar Jar. Do a bit of walking with Jar Jar. As free roam till you get to the water, swim down. This is all part of free roam, and then you go into the level. Here, there are 5 levels in the actual thing. Escape from Naboo, which is pretty good. Then we've got some free roam on Coruscant. On that, did I go to Coruscant first? No, they tried to go to Coruscant. And then you have the Mos Espa pod race, which can be roughly the same, except maybe it can also be taken to Coruscant, and that could be a level or whatever if you got to go through there. I can't really think. But that could just be like a quest thing, a side quest. Maybe because that is just too short. Or maybe they make that level a bit longer. Then retake the palace, perfectly fine. And then if you're making the pod race thing half a level, oh, actually no, make this a level which make it longer and a bit more exciting. Excuse me, other version of me. And then the level Darth Maul can also feature the Naboo fight. So, for example, the first stage, up until you walk through the room with that purple tubes, you're playing as Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan trying to defeat Darth Maul, and then you cut to Anakin in a Y-wing, not a Y-wing, a Naboo starfighter. That's kind of the idea I've had for that one. Let me know what you think about that, and if you have your own ideas. So yeah, there's a lot of free roam, a lot of quests that can be done. Episode 2. Oi! I'm on with the lightsaber here. So, episode. Sorry. Part 1, Bounty Hunter Pursuit. Fine. The free roam can be in the bar. Discovery of on Camino, that's fine. Droid Factory, there'll be some filler, some free roam with Obi-Wan. Then when he lands on the planet with the droid, as if you need a second person, then it cuts to Anakin and Padme free roam before they eventually go into the droid factory. Then they get taken to the Jedi battle. Yes, Gunship Cavalry and Count Dooku can be in the same level, but this bit can be shorter because it kind of got boring. So it could be the ships firing at the main thing on a small journey there, leading into the Count Dooku level. And have that thing they had in The Force Awakens for what was it? I'm trying to think now. Yeah, well, they had just one player playing. So, for example, in the final level against Kylo Ren, one player plays by themselves. I think it's player 2. Anyway, here, Battle over Coruscant and Chancellor in Peril can be the same level. I was thinking General Grievous, Defense of Kashyyyk, and there could be another one with Mace Windu and Kit Fisto fighting Emperor Palpatine. So, my idea for that is in the Chancellor's room, Kit Fisto and 2 other Jedi Masters are killed almost instantly, But in this one, Kit Fisto wasn't killed instantly. It's a very short fight, but it's enough to be filler. Then General Grievous. Then Order 66 all happens at once. So that's combined 2 levels already. And then there's Ruin of the Jedi, but there'll also be a level about Anakin going through the Jedi Temple. It might seem a bit dark, but I mean, come on. And then you do some free roam as maybe R2D2 and Obi-Wan trying to hide in the public. Then you get to Padme to tell her what Anakin's done. And then, of course, the final level, which will be longer and more story accurate, is what I'm thinking. I believe that's 5 levels. Yeah, once again, tell me what you think about that. However, I've just realised that episodes 7, 8, and 9 is going to be a challenge for me to do without clips. So, episode 4, what can we do? I have no problem with this one. Rebel Friend must remain a character. Always. Part 2, don't know Wastelands yet. I feel like these two can be one level, but maybe there can be some free roaming bits or whatever where you're just wandering around, but in the level. Actually, no, if I make those 2 different levels with free roam stuff, like maybe doing quests for Han Solo to prove you're really worthy or whatever. If you're wondering why some of these levels are complete, some of these aren't, I'm still going through this. So then these two can be the same level, and then there's this battle which will once again try to be more story accurate and a bit longer as well. But yeah, so that's that. Tell me what you think, if you've got your own ideas, that kind of thing. Also, if you're wondering how I'm doing this while holding my phone in my hand, it turns out you can just control the character using your Wii remote. Quite interesting. Episode 5. This isn't one of my favourite episodes, but this is one of the best Star Wars. I'll say that. First of all, Hoth Battle and Escape from Echo Base can be the same level. Just, yeah. Falcon Flight, that can be its own level, but maybe a bit more story accurate, a bit less boring. Dagobah, no problems with it. But maybe have a different version of Yoda for it. The normal one. Cloud City Trap and Betrayal over Bespin seem to be levels that could just go together and it would just cut to Luke. So I'm wondering if there's a better way. Maybe Han Solo and Chewie can free run looking for Luke in the first bit. Yeah, maybe just have these as 2 separate levels, but this as like a longer level, more story accurate. And episode 6, the final one, I can go through doors to. So the first level is obviously Jabba's palace, which is fine. But I feel like the Great Pit of Carkoon can also be same level, just like a little bit of a cut between the two. Speed of Showdown, yeah. Battle of Endor, that can be a separate one as well, because I think Luke isn't there for that. So Jedi Destiny and Into the Death Star, I feel like can be the same level, so we'll have to add another level. Perhaps. Can't think of it now. I'm sure they'll think of something to add as an extra level. But overall, I've come across with 4 levels from this. Maybe there could be 2 levels for the battle on Endor. What is it called? Yeah, the Battle of Endor. I feel like there can be 2 levels for that. So one where you're getting to the shield generator, and then one where you're dealing with the ambush, but it's got a really long level, lots of everything going everywhere. And then this can try and be a bit more story accurate as well. I mean, it's a problem is that they've always made it so Darth Vader works with Luke, but I feel like they need to change that. Excuse me. I feel like they could do something very clever here and make it so that maybe player one does the first bit against Darth Vader and has to go hide, and then the second player does the other bit and then chops off his hand. Excuse me. And then Darth Vader does throw the Emperor away, and you play as both of them trying to get to the shuttle. And then it cuts to them in their battle, big space battle. So now, episode 7. It starts off on Jakku with that bit. However, you start off as Finn and another stormtrooper, I'm thinking. Maybe it could be that Finn and that, so you play as Poe for a bit, and then when the stormtroopers arrive, then you play as Finn and, oh no, because Finn didn't shoot anyone. So yeah, just play as Poe and BB-8, like he did in the actual game. And also it'll be, so there'll be a mini game for the second player trying to fight off Kylo Ren, while Finn has to make his way towards Poe while avoiding Captain Phasma, who'll be just walking around the corridor. And if you get caught, it'll just start the whole free run thing again for the level. Until they escape and land on Jakku. Then it can be a level with Rey and BB-8 as they go around. Rey goes around her daily life. They bump into Finn. Get in the Millennium Falcon, there's a bit of a battle there. That's second level. Third level could be the Rastar, whatever they're called. The red octopuses. And it can also go to that battle with that, what was it? That really small woman with those glasses where Rey finds the lightsaber. And she's like, oh yeah, I found that lightsaber. Could be that, involving the battle with the X-Wings. So you get to play as multiple people. The fourth level can be everyone working their way around Starkiller Base until they get to the final room where you have to free roam around to plant the bombs. Then it enters the next level where you start off playing as X-Wings, then you cut to Finn and Rey with kind of the scene they had with the Force Awakens game. And then it cuts back to the X-Wings blowing up Starkiller Base as Chewie, Rey and Finn leave. And General Hux goes to collect Kylo Ren. Episode 8, here's where there's no sample source at all. Okay. It starts off with thinking free roam of Rey, Chewie and Rey and Chewie and BB-8 trying to build things to get through to Luke. There'll be, then eventually they'll kind of just sigh and it'll go into the level, which will be the battle on the Dreadnought, whatever it was called, where you'll play as a bomber and an X-Wing. But you'll also be able to switch between X-Wing and bomber, if needs be. Player 1 is Poe when it comes to an X-Wing, player 2 is another X-Wing pilot. And when player 2 is the bomber, they are Rose's sister. Then after that, it can go into Finn and Poe running around while the ship's exploding everywhere. And they have to run to save Leia from when she was attacked. Then Finn eventually makes his way down to the thing in a cutscene, and then the second player has to play as Rose and press a few buttons, or I guess just attack him. It'll come up with like a thing saying attack Finn, or maybe that could just be a cutscene where they go off on an adventure together. Then what they do is their own level. Hang on, I just realised there's only 5 levels. So the Dreadnoughts. Okay, so that's one level essentially I've done. The second level can just be Luke and Rey's life on the island. I can't really think of ways to go into depth with it, unless if you've seen the island, yeah, you just know what kind of stuff they can do a level on. And level 3 will be Rose and Finn. Level 4 will be Poe and pick a friend. Pick one of the people who he worked with to cause the mutiny, and they'll be going through, figuring out ways to find out what the plan is, and eventually lead the mutiny and gather people together to help with it. So it's kind of mundane, but it's The Last Jedi we're talking about here. We're not talking about masterpieces. Next on the list is... It starts off with a cutscene. Oh no, it starts off with free roam of, I guess, just Rey wandering around the island, figuring out what to do. Chewie can be there as well if you need 2 players, and then it'll go to a cutscene of Rey and Kylo when they were about to hold hands, something like that. And so Rey, it goes through like a really long cutscene. Then Rey goes into, I think, how did she get there? I don't remember, but she got there somehow. She got onto Kylo's ship somehow. And then they have their... Hang on, level 4. So they end up on the ship, Kylo's ship, and then they have to do their big duel or whatever. After that's finished, it goes to the cutscene between the 2 of them. And then that goes into part 2 of the level, still same level, level 4, of Finn and Rose dealing with Captain Phasma and everything, which then goes to a cutscene of the big ship going through their big ship, destroying it. And the final level is on that white and red planet. I reckon it's a planet for the EDL. With that level, so that'll be the final level, and then Rey will have to do some stuff with the rocks to be the first player own thing, and then the second player own thing is they have to hit Finn in time as Rose to knock him out of the way to cannon. Now, that's the end of episode 8. All 5 levels I've listed. Now episode 9. Okay, this already has spoilers probably in the title, so you won't be surprised to know about this. Episode 9. How do we even begin? Actually, how did episode 9 really begin? Okay, whichever one came first, whether it was Rey on that grass planet, jungle planet, or Finn and Poe in the Millennium Falcon, so it'll be like one flying, one shooting for that level. So you do both of those in one level. Be some free roam. Second level, I believe they went to that frozen planet, so that'll be avoiding Imperial searches and everything until they get onto the ship. There'll be some free roaming on the ship, or maybe the same level there, because there wasn't too much level-wise you could do on that snow planet. So they'll be there, and it'll involve the Kylo and Rey duel, until someone has to go into the Falcon, locate which hangar Rey's in, and Rey has to jump. That can be the second level. Third level... Did they go to where the Death Star was then? I think they went to where the Death Star was. So there'll be some searching around. Both players will be doing two different things in two different locations, which will be a very interesting aspect. But I know they can do it with, especially with the technology they have these days. That'll be... I made that the third level. I can't make 5 levels out of this. The fourth level... No, hang on. The third level can be on that desert planet. Second level is on the desert planet, I believe. Then the third level can be on the ice planet. Fourth level on the ship. Fifth level on the... Hang on. The ice planet and the ship is the same level, so that's 3 levels. Fourth level is the one I just spoke about, where there's Rey and the Death Star, and there's Finn doing stuff elsewhere. And then the fifth and final level will be cutting between the X-Wing and every ship battle, and Kylo fighting off the Knights of Ren. So it'll be split screen, obviously, showing the two different if it's 2 players, showing 2 different X-Wings fighting, and also player 2, I guess, will play as Kylo defeating the Knights of Ren. Player 1 will be Rey defeating the Emperor's new guards. So eventually it's the final cutscene where they both, because Rey will have 2 lightsabers in the final thing, each, if there's 2 players, they can each control 1 lightsaber. So power it up. So pretty much it's Telltale, where you just got to keep mashing a button to fill up the meter to defeat Emperor Palpatine. And then it goes to the final cutscene with the yellow lightsaber and the words, Rey Skywalker. But this time, they'll have all the ghosts in the background. Or they could do it how they did the Force Awakens game in the beginning, where they showed the ghosts that were there, and then every other ghost appeared. But yeah, that's my thoughts for all of those. Let me know your thoughts, if you changed anything, if you disagreed with it. And bye.